Hey there ladies and gents, Pops here. Welcome back to Multimap, where we have just finished harvesting our first wheat field. As you can see in front of us here, the forage wagon is still collecting the straw off this field, and rather a lot of it there is as well. She's doing a grand job, and hopefully within about half an hour or so this will all be picked up. We just need to pop over to the grain cart, which has got the very last of the wheat in it, and we'll get that over to the silo. Let's jump in here. Start her up. We'll be back for the harvester shortly, because that needs to go to another field straight away. There is another field I've discovered that we own that needs to be done in August. I will show you more about that shortly. Let's get this over to the grain silo. Right, get this offloaded, then we'll know exactly what we've taken off the field. Stop, stop, stop. Let's jump out. So 254,038 litres of grain. Which we will be keeping until later in the year, when it becomes a lot more profitable to spend. Okay, let me show you what else we need to do. This is the wheat field that's just been finished. That's the forage wagon, which has done all this bit, so it's only got this bit left to do, collecting straw. That's our combine, and we've just parked here away from the grain silo. So recap, 23, grass field has been mown. The grass has been cut. Some of it's been picked up but not much, so once this forage wagon is finished here, this is going to need to pick up the rest of the grass, which will go over to the hay dryer, or the grass dryer, to make hay. We then have this field and this field, which are our soybeans and sorghum respectively. They do not need to be done this month, they can be done next month, and they will be September projects. However, and I promise you faithfully, I haven't added this in, I just didn't see it to start off with. There is another field we own, which is this field here. Again, decent size. This field has canola on it, and that is also ready to harvest, and has to be harvested in August. So basically, cut a long story short, the harvester and the trailer are now going to make their way up here, because we need to get stuck into field 11. That is going to be the next job for those two bits of machinery. We're up past the biomass area. We need to come along here, and I believe we will be going this way. What do we have out here? So that just looks like a random shed on a bit of land we could buy. Extra storage. This looks like it could well be our canola field. Let's jump out and check. It's definitely canola, and it's definitely ours. And wow, there's 22 hectares of it. Let's go get the harvester. We'll get this guy up and running. Just sit there a moment. Oh, a bit closer, there we go. Pick up the header. Close the transport bit. If we can remember how to do it, I'm sure we've already had this conversation several times. There we go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Supposed to just be able to press X. X marks the spot. Right, got a message at the top saying that the forage wagon needs emptying, so we'll get that sorted. Let's get this guy on the move. There we go, he's up and running. We will go and attend to our forage wagon. What have we got up here first? Let's have a quick nosy around. What's that? Olum Corp. All looks very industrial. Refinery maybe, or oil factory. Let's have a look. We are here. Yeah, refinery. What's that up there? That's a big grain mill, and this one, fertilizer and seed factory. Should we have a quick run across the road, have a look at the grain mill, and then we'll get our grain cart. No, we've done our grain cart. We need to sort our forage wagon out so that we can finish this field and then finish that one. But we will have a quick look over the road. So yeah, so this is the refinery. The gate opens even if you just walk through it. And the grain mill. Don't run me over. Is this building here. Multimap grain mill, which is a fairly extensive building. Like everything else on this map. Impressive. And something to work towards zoning. We will want to own this fairly quickly because we will have a substantial amount of grain, which we will want to be milling ourselves. Right. That's the seed and fertiliser place the other side of our field. We now need to run back to where our forage wagon is and get that emptied. I think it should only take another load of this to get this field done. And we can start thinking about picking the grass up. Which again is going to take some time. You'll have noticed that our money hasn't gone up. We haven't sold anything. Now a lot of the straw has gone to the cowshed. The grain, as you saw, went into the grain silo. Some of the grass has been taken off the grass field, and that so far has filled up the sheep pen, so they now have noodles of food. The cows have noodles of food, and the chickens already had noodles of food, so we don't need to worry about the animals too much. We just need to get this crop off the fields. Once we've done that, we can get ahead of ourselves 2 or 3 months, get to the point where some of this crop is worth selling, because December, January time is when we are going to make our money. Okay, we can go this way. Let's get this guy back to the field. I have just noticed we have our very first. Well done, ladies. Got our very first wool bale. So yeah, once we've sold all that, produce, let's go and see if we've got any eggs. We will need to then start seriously thinking about productions and what we're going to be able to afford to buy. We have eggs as well. Wow, look. Jolly D. Yeah, because probably our first season of produce we're going to need to sell to get enough money to start buying productions, but from then forward anything produced off the fields we want to go into productions, because that is where the money is, and that is what all this is about. In terms of this map, it's very much a productions map. Meanwhile, back at the canola field, we have our very first full harvester. So we'll get him emptied. Oh, he didn't quite make the whole... How funny. Size of the field, and he missed finishing the whole headland by about 2 foot, by the looks of things. Oh, are we far enough over? No, we're not. We're not even going to attempt to reverse that because it's a dolly and it's a nightmare. It's easier just to drive around in a circle and do it all again. Okay. Still need to go a bit further over really, didn't we? But never mind. There he goes, off on his merry way. We will come back and catch up with them later. In the meantime, leave me to get this field done. We'll get the canola stored in the grain silo, and we'll get the grass picked up, and we'll see where we go from there. And there we go. That's the canola field finished. We've got all of the produce back and in the grain silo. Just need to get these two back there as well, and then we can get the rest of the grass picked up. By which time it's probably going to be time to think about getting some sleep and figuring out what September is going to have in store for us. We'll see you back at the farm. Okay, we're just going to quickly jump out here. Beautiful day still. Let's go around. There we go, canola. 135,000 litres. So that was our haul. Now some of you may recall from the very first episode of me saying something along the lines of, sure, I've got a jet washer somewhere. Well, turns out I've got a whole wash bay. So before we go any further, I've got two jet washers, one there and one here. Oops. Keyed off. Don't think this one is too bad. Oops. Went too far. Tractor nice and clean, get the trailer nice and clean. There we go, I don't think they actually need too much doing to them. Let's get these put away for the moment. Gonna leave the trailer in here. This needs to come down here for now. Stop, stop, stop. And we will jump into the combine. This is definitely more in need of being cleaned up a bit. The other thing, before we do anything else with this harvester, it definitely needs refueling. Okay. we go. Love the water effects on the paintwork. See some little bits of wear and tear. Excellent. Sun linting off it there. Get this put back away for the moment. In fact, let's go drop the trailer off, the header off. And then we'll fuel up the combine. Right, where were we? Which one was that? Is it this side, maybe? And there we go. Slowly fill it up. Right, once this is done, we'll get it put away in the shed. So in terms of the grass field, we've collected that much and we've got that much to go, so just 10 or 15 minutes or whatever it takes me to do it. The graphics are awful. I really must upgrade the potato that is my computer. Got a relatively decent Ryzen 9 CPU, although it is an older one, 3900X. But the graphics card, which is a 27 Super Gaming, which when I got it was the dog's dangly bits. Unfortunately, that was quite a long time ago. See, now the thing is, I'm a bit of a skinflint. I'm not really one for spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds just to make my screen look a bit better. To be honest, although it looks a bit naff, I can live with it. So for the moment, it's probably not worth me spending oodles and noodles on a new graphics card. And the other deciding factor in that is that Ickle would have a lot to say if I were to suddenly announce I was spending 1500 quid on a graphics card. I am sure she could definitely think of better things to do with it, but yeah, I probably need to look at my settings. Look at that. It's noticeable most when you're doing things like picking up this grass, because it renders in horrendously. like so. Hey ho, let me get this grass collected and then I will come back to you. Get this little lot dropped off. Don't know why we still had that running. Okay, that's going to take another 300,000 litres, which we won't get off this field now. So we know we'll get the rest of it in. Without worrying about where we're going to put it. The question is, do we want to put it all in that hay dryer, the grass dryer, to make hay, or do we want to leave some of it as grass so we've got some backup for the sheep, although they've got plenty. Yeah, might just keep some of it in the food store, just so we've got a bit of spare grass. We can always change it to hay later if we need to. Right, let's crack on. Just finishing off the last row. Jobbed. Seems to have taken ages to do this. Probably because I haven't used an AI worker at all on this bit. I've done all the collecting. Now I know why I use AI workers. There we go. Let's get rid of this last bit. We're going to take it over and we're just going to check the food store, see if there's any grass in it, because I can't remember. There is, we'll put this in the grass dryer. Right, kamikaze right across the road. Ooh, might have hit the lamppost there, not quite sure. Right, let's have a quick read of this. Quick read. There's 100,000 litres in there. What have we got in here? 97. Okay, we're gonna put it in here. And then we go. We've got nearly 200,000 litres then, which can be used for keeping the sheep happy. Let's get this back over to the yard. Just get them both cleaned up before we put them away. We'll get the tractor fueled up. Jump out there. Oh yeah, he's definitely in need of some TLC. Is that done? And 20%, 10%, 0%. That's that done. Oh, get off it. Do wonder what we're going to do with the root store, because I'm not so sure. We're going to be doing a lot in the way of root crops, but I guess that might change. As time goes on. But there certainly isn't going to be any root crops in the immediate future. Just park this here with the trailer. Like so. We will use this tractor to do our next little job, although we have parked the other tractor in the way for some reason. Get out of the way, Mr. Valtra. Get towards the end of the day, so let's try and be tidy. Jump out of that. Run back over. Because the final thing I want to do with that grass field is just get a layer of fertilizer on it. As we know, the grass field doesn't take much in the way of prep. It will automatically regrow. All we really need to do for the moment is make sure that 2 layers of fertilizer go down. And then this field taken care of for another few months. The other fields, obviously we need to put a bit more thought into what we're going to do with the wheat field and the canola field. So we'll come back to them, but let's get this up and running. Shouldn't actually take very long to do. Just get ourselves in the right position. And away we go. So while that is doing its thing, let's just have a quick look down. Here's the grass field. That is being fertilised as we speak. This is the wheat field. My thoughts are on this is let's get it cultivated and leave it as a wheat field. This and this are our next two targets. These fields are both ready to harvest. This is soybeans and this is sorghum. Get a good view from up here actually of our little empire. And more to the point, we can get quite a good view of some of the other stuff that's going on around here. Let's do a quick fly down. Some interesting buildings, we'll get to know them all. Oh, my graphics card's playing up again. We've actually got a spare bit of land there that can be built on. The edge of the world. Some big oak fields. This is oat that's ready to harvest. Whatever that is, possibly a sawmill given that it's in the middle of the woods. Plenty of wooded area. Oh, and a mountain. Got the river. These look like other farm areas. Yeah, that's definitely another farm area that could be bought up. Anyway, there we go. Impromptu farm tour. So, these two fields, this one and this one, are our next two targets as soon as we get into September, because it's now 5:20, and probably time we were calling it a day for today. Why has he stopped? Oh, according to course plate, he's finished the job. Has that fertilised the whole field? No, I didn't think it had. It's done 3/4 of headland. Let's get that sorted out. That's better. Don't think I quite have my waypoints sorted out. Although it is only going to take 12 or 13 minutes. It's not 13 minutes and 4 seconds. It'll be less than that because it's already done a headland now. So it doesn't take long. And then this field will be fertilised. The other thing I noticed, of course, is that this is going down as a second layer. There is already a layer of fertilisation on here, so that's good. That means this field will be totally done, and we just need to leave it alone. Oh, possibly put some lime on it by the looks of things. Yeah. Our other two fields that are still in need of harvesting are both fully fertilised. 11 isn't. 15 isn't. Okay, let's get this fertilising finished. There we go, it's another jobbed. And as I say, we can pretty much just leave that field alone now, other than sticking some lime on it, which would help its yield. What are you doing, Pops? Forwards. Okay, let's try that again. Go get this parked up. And there we go. That, I think, was a successful first day. We are going to nothing's happening in here. Carport. Incoming materials, sun energy. Outgoing electric charge. Production status out of space. It's because it's storing. Right. Distributing. So hopefully this will now hum-de-dum-de-dum. It'll take a while to come through, but I guess, but hopefully it will now have incoming materials and we'll start producing a store of electricity. We'll let that store until we need electricity elsewhere. We're nearly at the point of needing some R&R and skipping through to September, but there are just a couple of other little things we need to do prior to that. First of which is, as we have established, this is a highly unrealistic version of the game. We're just here to have fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look. 9. We're going to have a look at the map. We're going to talk about field 11. In fact, we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to sell it. It's going to give us 1.3 million. As simple as that. And all of a sudden we have some money we can play with. In terms of productions, we've got a lot of grain and we've got a lot of sorghum coming. And because of that, we're going to buy the grain mill. we must make some more out of this produce than just selling it straight off. So like that, all of a sudden we are a factory owner. How much is the refinery? 240. We could go with that with the canola as well and put some more canola down, but not for the moment. Let's just sort out what's going to happen to the grain and the sorghum. So we have the grain mill. Let's get some grain into it. It's definitely overkill for what we need it for, but let's give the fence a bit of a run. Connect that up. Take it round to the grain silo. Let's just take the cover off. Plenty of options, but we're going to fill it with the wheat. And we're going to take this up to our new grain mill. This is the oil refinery on the right hand side where we were earlier. So our grain mill should be on the left here, which it is. Can't go down that way. Anybody see a drop-off point? Aha! And we can dump our wheat. Like so. Okay, let's go suss out. That appears to be an exit point, presumably where we can collect our flour from. So for the moment, let's go to the management area up here. Right. So we have wheat and we are going to have sorghum. We're going to activate that and leave it on storing for the moment. Well, that should very, very slowly turn to running. We probably need, we need electrical charge. So we do need to go and switch our battery to distributing. And then that should start up. let's get back down to the yard. And that, ladies and gents, is where we're going to leave this episode. Thank you very much for sticking with me. I will see you again in the next episode very soon, hopefully. There should be an episode a week. And there will be another series in between. So there are 2 episodes a week, 2 different series. Anyway, for now, be good, stay safe, and I will catch up with you next time. Cheers.